count the votes.
It was basically like right down the middle, which is interesting. After Maid and Experience just taking out big names, Boomy and Snowy, I would think that maybe people would be a little bit more favored towards them, more than just like the 56% that we saw. Like, that's barely a majority of voters out there thinking that Maid and Experience can take this.
Well, a little bit of historians there might have remembered that Walshy Cxti did win earlier, so maybe that's why it's so narrow. But right now, Walshy Cxti going for more. The side sig to take out Experience. Maid on the right side. Still on the Chun-Li, but she's going to be on her second stock.
Walshy on the edge, man, doing really well. Took out Maid. Experience was taken out on the left side. Okay, take out off the top. We're back to Apocalypse, man. This is just where we've been.
Oh, the North Americans love Apocalypse, but Cxti not loving that wall because not able to get back up, and the red team looking for more. His Experience is going big. He's does get the wall touch. Maid's there just in case, and Experience with the down airs might get the stock off Cxti.
So many things are happening over there. I'm a little bit surprised Maid felt confident enough to go with the GC down signature because it's a very generous hitbox. It's not the best move in the game, so we don't see it too often, but it has a very generous hitbox, which is a little bit risky to throw out on the edge. One, of course, he burned his dodge, but also there were 3 other players over there, and of course one of them was his teammate, and we saw he's the one who actually got hit.
Yeah, a lot of potential to take out your teammate there. Fortunately, everybody is on even stocks, though. Side sig, not going to connect. Still no KOs just yet. There it is. Experience with the ground pound on the left side. Experience still showing prominent in the edge guards.
Ooh, Walshy just barely holding on, not being taken off the top. He was spending a lot of time on that soft platform, dipped down just a little bit to pick up Experience with the sword. Recovery didn't quite take out. I need to know what stance Walshy is on, whether he's on strength stance or what. D-Light recovery taken off the top, but Maid is going to turn that into a 1-for-1. Now Maid, who was not surviving as well earlier, now on pace with everybody and was the last person to lose their second stock.
Might have been a little lesson for the blue team to go, you know what? Everyone focused down Maid and they weren't able to convert into a W. Let's not focus down Maid. Instead, maybe put some pressure onto Experience.
Weapon toss goes down. That lets Maid land safely. Cxti still hunting for those vertical KOs off the top. The sidelights into the recoveries. That's 2 recoveries that have not made a connection. We'll see if Cxti changes it up. And yes, we did see the immediate change up after the 2 failed recoveries into the sidelight into another sidelight.
Well, she not able to get the punish, helping out the teammate, but they're going to get, just the neutral light. Still, Experience able to get the Experience going to fall, and it's left to Maid in the 1v2.
So he is in strength stance. I have the confirmation of that. So Walshy doing everything he can to make sure those sword recoveries KO just a little bit earlier. They're going to take that game, kind of splitting the damage right down the middle, 442 and 472 for the blue team. 5 KOs on Walshy, though. And I think part of that is because Walshy seems to be the finisher of that 2v1 combo that they have set up. It's that side signature a lot of the time.
Yeah, it's very reminiscent to what like Boomy and Snowy are doing, right? And then we kind of talked about how it finished off with Snowy going for that Dalsim side sig and it wasn't enough to KO. This time Walshy and Cxti, they're like, all right, we're not going to go for that Dalsim side sig. Instead, we're going to go to the other person, this time being that Akuma, that Val side signature.
Now, I don't know if you caught it on the graph before we ended up getting into this next game, but there was a huge chunk between the second and third stock of Cxti where it took literally no damage. It almost seemed like nothing was happening. He was taken out of the game, but no, he was just taking no damage. And then the same thing kind of happened on Walshy's third stock. Really only took 2 hits on that third stock for essentially the last third of the game.
Well, here we are into game number 2. A little bit of damage advantage to the red team.
Maid able to go over, grab that weapon spawn, comes in with the gauntlets. Now, one thing we haven't seen too much of so far is just the need to go off stage and the desire to stay off stage. Like we saw from Boomy and Snowy, that was one of the things that really spelled disaster for them. Walshy and Cxti completely staying away from that. We're not seeing these really long, extended edgeguard segments.
Yeah, definitely not seeing those intense edgeguards coming out on either side where plenty of gauntlet things are happening. Meanwhile, on stage, the neutral signature from Walshy will KO Maid. Left side Experience hanging out there. And like we've been pointing out, Walshy and Cxti not going to go for the edgeguard. They're going to stay on stage, maybe look for the 1v2 on the Maid.
Ooh, Experience He ends up going with the recovery there, but then turns around, hits the side air, hits the weapon toss to bump Cxti on the head, secure that double KO experience, the only one still on first stocks. No major lead, but yeah, we see that edge guard situation. Experience has control.
Yeah, and really good coverage coming out from the red team, right? Like, Experience was low, but Maid covering the high option with the gauntlet side air, and then you saw Experience from below going with that recovery. It's why the blue team's kind of getting launched in all these awkward angles, and another edge guard, and Walshy can't get the touch.
Man. Just, you can't do that. You got to stop doing that. We just saw. Like, we don't need any more proof. We already have the proof. Stop giving us the proof that you shouldn't fight Experience on the edge.
He is just taking stocks in those edge guards, or at least getting enough damage from Maid to get the down signature 5 stocks to the 2 of the blue team, turn that to 4-2.
Yeah, this game, it's definitely not out of the realm of possibility for a blue team victory, but it's going to take quite a bit. They're essentially going to have to hit 3 hits for every 1 they get taken. We just haven't seen any evidence of anyone able to take out Experience on the edge in like cheeky fashion. Nobody's taken out Experience in yellow, and he's taking everyone else out in yellow or orange on the edge. So trying to force that for the high risk, high reward play, I don't know if there's any fruit there.
I mean, it's a big gamble, but the odds are not in your favor. And Maid and Experience going to close out game number 2, tying it up 1 apiece. A lot of it, again, off the back of Experience getting 5 KOs, putting out so much work in the offstage. You can already see that ground pound that KO'd Walshy.
You know, I just saw Experience's taunt at the end of the game. It's the ball and taunt, but I never knew that Rayman dribbles his own body.
Yeah. It's a unique thing specifically for Rayman.
How is this game not rated M for that alone? Because that makes me very uncomfortable. I don't know if I can continue doing commentary.
I'm pretty sure that's
core.
like straight from the Rayman games. Like it's literally like Rayman in the Rayman video game does that as just like an idle animation.
Jail. He should go to jail. Oh my goodness. Look at that big old wedge from Experience. Essentially, let's see, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4/5 of the game. Essentially 80% of that game was spent on Experience's first stock. And then you kind of have the reverse for Maid, where almost 80% of the game was spent on his second stock.
Yeah, I mean, taking out 4 stocks off of the blue team while he was doing so, right? Took out Walshy's first and second stocks, Cxti's first and second stocks, while Experience was extending that initial one. A great opener, or I guess a great game 2 for this team of Experience and Maid. And now we're getting into game number 3, and Demon Island was still on the board.
There's a graph behind us. What are we supposed to know?
Look how big that is. They probably want you to do that.
They essentially blew up the graph to show us big.
He wants you to run the bit.
Look, I wasn't ready for you to deliver that because I didn't ask for it. I wasn't even ready for it. Yeah, y'all are faster than I was.
Production just wants it. But
and I'm one of the world's fastest gamers.
We want game number 3, and we're going to get it as we get into this one. No character swaps made. Sticking with the Chun-Li Experience, sticking with the Rayman.
And of course, it's apocalypse time. Ladies and gentlemen, that neutral light just dropping from Experience because he picked it up in that sort of weird spot on the corner. Ended up falling out of it. Now he's over on the wall. Walshy not going to fight that. Even though Experience doesn't have the gauntlets in his hands, he's not going to fight that. A very wise choice based on the evidence we've seen so many times.
Cxti really trying to pick and choose how to get around Experience on this edge guard, but when it comes to high in the sky, going to go for the recovery. Experience putting out some more damage. The ground pound connects onto Walshy. The turnaround, they need to get Experience, but he's going to survive on this left side.
Man, they were chasing Walshy around so hard. They want that KO on him so bad. And it's like Cxti's chasing after them, but he's just not fast enough. It's like he's back there being like, hey, guys, wait, come back. Please, I'm back here. Please, I need a break. He just can't find the hits, can't find the interruptions. And Walshy taking so much damage, ends up being knocked out. Now, Cxti knocked out. That is a full team wipe for Red.
And Walshy going to try to survive against both red team members, but Experience with another edge guard opportunity. The recovery just to survive. Downlight recovery this time to take the stock of Experience.
Now they're going to be looking for Maid. Oh, a little bit slow on that neutral signature. I'm not sure if Walshy charged that up a little bit because he knew he was going to need a little bit more strength, a little bit more variable force on it to get that KO, or if that was just poorly timed.
Yo, but the threading over onto Experience.
Oh,
no, that's your
teammate.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
They're living. Oh, but Cxti gets around the neutral sig. Walshy gonna have to make the long trek back and will survive the edge guard of Experience. Team combo, they want the damage on the Maid more than they want the KO on Experience.
Yeah, that's an interesting choice. I think that they wanted the more damage on the Maid because they also thought that they would continue hitting Experience. So they would build up more damage, which they didn't need, but they could also build up that damage on the Maid and eventually knock both of them out at the exact same time. They do get Experience, who's now on final stocks. I can't believe Walshy was able to get back off of that one. I thought that was going to be Blast Zone for sure. They do find it with the spear recovery from Maid. Neutral Sig, that's going to be the KO. Now Maid survivability is really working for this red team.
Yeah, and then, of course, those signatures, being able to follow up off of Experience to get so much more. Experience kind of like puts out all this threat, and Maid's in the backline surviving and putting out damage.
Great punish from Walshy to pick that one up, take out Maid. We have a reasonably even game here comparing Experience and Walshy and then Maid and Cxti. Similar damages all around for those teammates. Okay, Experience, please do something. It took him a moment, but he did get back in, did end up interrupting that, but Walshy's putting out some pressure real strong onto Experience, hitting him away, adding up that damage, and now Maid and Experience are both pretty damaged, so any major hit may not send them to the Blast Zone, but it'll send them flying, split up that team.
Yo, but they are getting the hits. The red team putting out some damage. Walshy going to get launched. Lots of people in the red, but the NC gets one. Cxti gets another. It's a 1v1.
Who's the better 1v1er here? I don't even know. Oh,
Maid.
Well, it's Maid.
There you go.
it's Maid. That's it. That's an easy question and answer. Oh, wow. 626 coming out from Maid. 5 KOs that game. Good work from Maid, who we've seen some low numbers on. We've kind of been harping on Maid for those really low numbers. He's been relying on Experience to put out 600, 700, at times even 800 plus damage, but not that game.
But when the Experience Nation needed it, Maid was actually there this time and was able to help out, putting out so much damage, the most damage on the board. And that puts Experience and Maid up 2-1, the possibility of beating out the team that knocked them down into the elimination bracket.
Great choice from Maid to swap over onto the Chun-Li, onto this Wu Shang pick. We're going to Fortress of Lions. We're away from Apocalypse. We're now onto the spooky stage that matches the background here at the Autumn Championship.
They got to be thematic for this one, but Walshy and Cxti want to get this one to game number 5. Cxti so far undamaged, but they need to put more damage out onto the red team.
Experience caught sweating there just a little bit, but the person who should really be sweating, probably is Walshy right now. A lot of damage. It seems like before game plans were to take Maid out of the game, the red team makes sure to focus onto Walshy. They know he's doing so much work. They know that Walshy is like the main finisher for their 2v1 combo, so you take him out of the game, and that takes away some of the potential to knock the team out.
Yo, but Cxti has been throwing out those N6. Experience gonna fall on the left side. This is a big opportunity for the blue team as Experience is down to his final stock. Team combo attempted, but the weapon toss interrupts.
Experience going back in, trying to forget that one as quickly as he possibly can. Hits the down air. Walshy going for the edge guard. Experience turns it around. Experience on final stock. Walshy now only on second, so it's not the worst trade in the world for the blue team. It's 5 stocks to 3. Experience is done. I don't know what's up with Experience this game, but it's got to be something.
Got hit by the angle there. He was going aggressive in the offstage and just wasn't working out for him. Maid, though, gets a nice little pogo. Still has to get through 4 stocks, but Maid's got 2. Maid with the unarmed.
Oh, Walshy actually disengaged. I don't know if he expected Maid to be above him. Interesting choice there to end with a neutral signature rather than going for the side signature, sending to the right blast zone. We're on Fortress of Lions, so the blast zone is, I mean, it has to be. Honestly, I haven't specifically tested this, whether the blast zone on the right side is closer than the top. Just going to wash our hands of that one. I think they were probably having some connection issues that game. That would be my guess based on the weird things we saw.
You don't have to Johns for Experience. I'll just point out he put out 108 damage. That was a rough one, but maybe Experience likes a good storyline. He likes a Game 5 situation. When the pressure is on, can he perform? Because now he needs to if he wants to go on into the grand finals.
Going back to the Fortress of Lions. We're going to end this one here. The winner moves on into grand finals with a guaranteed top 2 placement. The loser of this one is out of the tournament at 3rd place. A strong finish for either of these teams, really something they should be proud of, but you know both of these teams have their eyes on the gold medal. They want that 1st place spot, and even though they can be happy with the 3rd place, I don't think they'll be fully satisfied.
You know, Walshy and Cxti hoping to repeat their performance at Summer Championship. Maid and Experience hoping to repeat their performance at the Mid-Season Invitational. Which team will succeed, though? Because right now, Maid's got the double, a great spot dodge to avoid Cxti coming in with the downlight as well.
Recovery still coming in from Maid, hoping to take Walshy off the top. The dodge comes in from Walshy after the neutral air from Experience, so no ground pound coming in to take away that stock just yet. Damage swing, oh my goodness, it is in favor of the red team. They're starting to add it up on Maid, though.
The ground pound Experience with the turnaround. Cxti gonna try to make it a trade, but Maid with the save.
Ooh, neutral sig coming in. Either player being hit I don't think would be the KO move yet, but Maid hitting the side sig from the middle of the stage is going to send Walshy now by himself for just a little bit. He doesn't go over to the wall because guess who's there? It's Experience. No need to put yourself in that dangerous area.
No, but they do need to get these stocks. The side air will launch Experience, but you see Walshy immediately turn towards Maid. They want those power plays. They want to go for the 1v2s. Red team not giving them any. The handoff not going to connect.
Oh, Experience. He's getting over to the wall, but the blue team was giving him quite a bit of space. You saw Cxti jumping and floating several jump heights above Experience. Didn't want to get too in his face because you know how nasty Experience is on the edge. He does have the axe now. Not the stronger of his 2 edge guard weapons, even though it is still strong.
Yeah, and that weapon toss will finish off, but concerned for Cxti right now as he's the one getting close to that KO percent. The side air trying to finish off this first stock of Maid. Edge guard opportunity. Cxti gets the nair, gets the ground pound, gets the ground pound. Experience still gets back up, though.
I don't know. This is scary to do because Cxti's so damaged here. Not necessarily in KO damage yet, but if Experience catches you in the wrong place at the wrong time that he's done so many times, I don't know, man. That was a big risk that Cxti took.
Didn't quite pay off, but didn't have to lose a stock for it.
Get away, Walshy, go away.
Oh, the clash out. Walshy still touches.
Walshy, please go away.
Maid comes in. Gonna keep everyone alive.
Neutral air coming out from Cxti, juggling Experience.
There's one. Red team with the side air from Maid. Puts Cxti down to final stocks here in game number 5.
Even if they get the stock off of Experience, the red team is still going to be in a better position, definitely after picking up that KO onto Walshy. Cxti does have a weapon in his hand. Walshy's going to be looking for one. You still see him in the area, so he can follow up or save Cxti if needed. Goes over to the weapon spawn, picks up the gauntlets.
Walshy?
Dude,
the save? Wait, Walshy still touches both blue team members alive. Hope is still here for them.
Okay, Cxti actually goes back onto the main platform. I thought he was going to press that edge guard a little bit more, given that he was at weapon advantage compared to Maid, also at damage advantage compared to Maid, but no, goes for the safe play, gets back on the corner, throws out that side signature right over the corner, waiting for Maid's hurt box to peek up just a bit.
Bro, why'd they have to pick this map for game 5? This music is making me stressed.
Dude, it's too much. Charging that one up, Walshy falls into it, not going to be the stock loss just yet.
Cxti going deep for the ground pound. Experience gets past. Walshy getting launched. Both blue team members. Much more damage. The side air makes it a 1v2. Cxti gets the nair. Goes up. Running out of jumps here. Experience can't touch. It's a 1v1, but Maid's won this before.
Experience was at the weapon disadvantage, but Cxti is at the damage disadvantage here. Very much in the red.
One more Sair.
For recovery, there it is, taken off the top in game 5. Experience and Maid clutch it out, pushing further and further in this bracket.
They're going into the grand finals. They're going up against the top team, Luna and Pugsy. But oh my goodness, Maid and Experience. They clutched up. Game 4, a little bit of a wash. It looked rough. Experience, again, put out 108 damage, and yet in Game 5, they were able to shake all that off and play to the best of their ability.
And Maid is doing so much work now. That game, I think Maid did about 626 damage, and that isn't Experience doing nothing. He still put out like mid-500s as well. So it's Experience doing well. It's Maid doing a little bit better between these two in terms of just at least raw damage. Maid doing a fantastic job now. When he was a little bit of a liability earlier. He had a target on his back. That's what Boomy